Hey, and welcome to the Toadstead. Well, here we are on restoring the trailer part, whatever. I just don't remember. But for a quick background, for those of you who are finding this video for the first time, this was an old landscaping trailer that we believe had been rolled, and a client of mine decided that she wanted it and asked me to go ahead and get it all squared away. So let's get you caught up. No, that license plate doesn't belong to it. Anyway, I just needed that for sizing. So it's 10 foot by 5 foot, and it had a large, in fact, it's still right over there, had a large ramp on the back. We cut that ramp off and built a new tailgate for it. And you can look to the other videos on this trailer to find out some of the reasoning. And we redid the closure. There. Again, you can look back. And what we're doing now is just tidying up the wiring. And I do things a little different than some other folk. So I'm just going to run this by you real quick. We've got the typical green, yellow, brown, and white. A lot of folks will do their grounding back to the ball. I don't. You know, you can add a ground. You can ground this white to pretty much any place and then run the lights. You know, I might do a video on trailer wiring, but part of the reason I did it this way is these lights have the ground here, the white one, and then the two that go to the stop, turn, and then tail. And I just decided it would be a neater installation just to go ahead and run the wire. So that's why this looks like it does. You've got your Ford that come in. The brown, I know it looks yellow in there, but the brown and ground go over to this light, which also has two wires. Again, I could have grounded the light to the fender, blah, blah, blah. I didn't. So you have this thing. Then here you go over to your right and to your left. Again, you've got the ground on each, the red for right, yellow for left. It's all on there. Yeah, I use these connectors. Not a big fan of them, but they're going to be armored. And what you see I'm putting on here, through each part, this goes through the metal. Bing, bing, and bing. And each one has, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's a 3/8 inch tubing that we've installed as kind of a channel for that to run through. Anti-chafe. And then we're going to put the loom armor on it. And you can see we've already done this segment. And yes, they're a little droopy because we're going to screw them to the bottom of the boards, which are actually sitting right there in the back of a truck. That's going to be the final step. Just putting that all on. At least I think it's the final step. Every time I do a final step, I think of something else. Anyway, probably the biggest thing we did to this was adding the expanded metal. This was not here. We bought a big gobbet of it from our local steel supplier and went ahead and welded it on the perimeter. We just wanted her to be able to carry more than large items, which, you know, the holes in between here, probably okay if you're carrying lawnmowers, but if you're carrying more stuff, no. So we went ahead and did that. And what I'm going to do now, all the stuff is just sort of temporarily, it's all connected electrically perfectly, but it's got some temporary pieces of tape on there just to hold it while it's waiting for the armor. And we'll get that all armored up, and then we'll bring you back and show you what we did. And there we go. Everything is all armored. Pardon me. And connected up. No pinch points. No real chafe points. Here you get some chafing. That's why the armoring's on there. And just as a note, you can see this larger bit. Can't remember if I mentioned this in the earlier part of the video, but that's what's right there and right there. And the other armoring is run inside of it, and then it's all taped up. And of course it's all taped to the small bits of hose that are running through the metal. And you can see the license plate light is done as well. All right. Well, we'll end this segment here, and then we'll get to the decking of it next. Thanks for coming along.